In some ways, it's easier to win an Olympic medal today than it is to get an offer accepted on a home. In the Olympics, you have 3 chances to win a medal. But if you're competing for a home in a multiple offer situation, it's winner take all. There's no silver medal for second place. I'm Eric with Andersen Homes, and in this video, we'll take a look at some competitive listings and see what it takes to present a competitive offer. Now, you might think higher interest rates would have made it a buyer's market, but in reality, higher interest rates have had the opposite effect. Higher rates have discouraged homeowners from selling, which has created an inventory crisis. For more on this, see my last video, House or Spartan Athlete. It's more of a seller's market than ever. A buyer's market is one in which there is a supply of homes for sale in excess of 6 months. Today, the entire Chicagoland area is sitting just below a 2-month supply, which means you really need to be ready to compete if you're looking to buy. Just like pro athletes review video and scouting reports as they prepare for the big game, so also we have data we can review so we can put together an intelligent, competitive offer. In this video, we'll be reviewing what competitive listings in Downers Grove have been selling for over the past month. Here you can see a list of 24 competitive listings that have sold in Downers Grove. Average market time was only 7 days, quick sales being a strong indicator that it's a competitive market. And these homes sold on average for 104.05% of asking price. So asking price is really more like opening bid. Not even one of these listings went at or below asking price, and one went for about 12% over asking price. So what does that mean for writing a competitive offer? It means if you're going after a competitive new listing, you should be prepared to compete. Had you written an offer for asking price on all 24 of these homes, you would have lost every single time. Had you gone 5% over, you still would have lost 10 times, assuming the deciding factor was price. If you go 5% over, the data suggests you'll be just above average. When you're competing, you only get one shot to win, and you have to be willing to do what other buyers won't. I always tell my clients to take a no regrets approach to your offer. Do some soul searching, decide what the home's worth to you, and offer that. The 5% rule is a helpful point of reference, but if you offer 10% over and you don't get it and you'll be upset, then offer 10.5% or 11% over. If the home's only worth 1% over asking to you, then offer that. You don't want to offer 2% over, win, and then regret it. Now, price tends to be the most significant term, but there are a few others to consider, which we'll briefly review here. Closing date is another item that you'll propose in your offer. 30 days is pretty typical since loans take about that much time, but some sellers will want more time, others will want less, some will want flexibility. A good agent can help you determine which is most appropriate. You'll also let the seller know how much earnest money you'll put down if they accept your offer. My advice here, if you're in a competitive situation, is to offer as much of your down payment as you're comfortable with. Most sellers regard 1% of asking as a bare minimum for earnest money. 10% is a healthy amount, but all things being equal, if you're a seller and have 2 offers for the same price and all the other terms are equal, except earnest money, they're likely going to go with the one who offers the most earnest money. Financing terms are also included with the offer. So if you're getting a loan, make sure your lender has reviewed your financials and has you credit approved. Self-reported financials on a pre-approval make for a very weak offer. If you can offer cash, better still. The figure I've been seeing says about 25% of recent sales have gone to cash buyers, and I've recently been involved personally in competitive situations with more than one cash offer. 3 other considerations for a competitive offer I'd mention here are as is, the inspection, and appraisal waivers. First, as is. I don't think I've ever been involved in a competitive multiple offer situation where the winning offer did not go as is. I recently had some clients lose out on their dream home because they were in a competitive situation and did not offer to purchase as is. They went in $50K over asking with cash, but as is was the deciding factor, and they didn't include it. Now, there's a big misconception with as is. A lot of buyers think as is means you can't have a home inspection, but that's not true. You are able and encouraged to have a professional home inspection even when you purchase as is. As is means you're preempting the right to ask the seller for repairs or credits as a result of the inspection. You can even cancel the contract if you don't like what you find during the inspection. So you might ask, why bother doing an inspection when buying as is? Well, two reasons. One, it's a diligence item. It allows you to decide if you're still comfortable moving forward with the purchase now that you've seen all of the home's warts. And two, it gives you a punch list of items you might want to address yourself after closing. But the seller won't be making any repairs or concessions due to the inspection when you offer as is. The inspection it's an informational, take it or leave it endeavor when you buy as is. Some buyers will choose also to waive their inspection in the interest of presenting a stronger offer, but I always advise against this unless you really know what you're doing. For example, if you're a professional contractor who's buying the home to rehab it. But buying a home is too expensive to roll the dice if there are some major issues, so I personally would never waive an inspection. The final consideration I'll mention here in terms of presenting a competitive offer is whether or not to include an appraisal waiver. If you're paying cash, this is a non-issue and one of the reasons cash makes for a stronger offer than financing. In most cases, when you get a loan, lenders will have the home appraised and then base your loan on the amount the home appraises for. With an appraisal waiver, you're still having the home appraised, but offering to pay any difference between contract price and appraised value out of pocket. This is a fairly common feature of winning offers, particularly when it's competitive and the home goes several percent over asking. I recently sold a home that went 15% over asking, but the home appraised for even higher than that. So the buyers didn't have to bring anything extra to closing, even though they paid well over asking price. There are also some options for offering limited appraisal gap coverage, which we can discuss if your situation calls for it. I hope you found this video helpful. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to my channel for regular market updates, tips for buyers and sellers, and other videos about Burridge and the western suburbs of Chicago. If you're looking for elite level coaching for writing an offer, or if you're thinking of selling and would like to take advantage of the current market, reach out anytime. I'm Eric with Andersen Homes, a family-owned brokerage where we treat our clients like family.